move our state even closer to meeting the principle of equal pay for equal work. In a different way, closing the gap. The concept is a cornerstone of our efforts to build a stronger and fairer economy in New Jersey. It's why I'm making this the focus of my first executive order. This is 2018. There is absolutely no reason why a woman in New Jersey working full-time should be making just 82 cents to the dollar made by a male counterpart for the exact same work. And there is certainly absolutely no reason why an African-American woman should be making less than 60 cents on the dollar, or a Latina barely able to break 50 cents on the dollar. These are disparities that exist regardless of industry and regardless of educational level. This is a systematic failure that equals a loss of more than $32 billion in combined wages.
Wow.
Those are wages needed for transportation or housing, for childcare, or to save for a college education. It's a drag on our economy, and it is time for it to end. We know how these disparities started, with employers hiring a person, usually a woman, and very often a woman of color, for a wage below what they know the job actually is worth. But the injustice doesn't stop there. As that individual moves through their career and from job to job, that single act of starting out at that artificially low wage haunts their future economic prospects unendingly. When a prospective employer asks a person's salary history in an interview, they learn whether they can pay what that job is actually worth or what they can get away with. And the disparity continues, and you can imagine human nature leads it toward the latter. This is not only unfair, but it prevents a highly skilled individual from ever earning what they are worth, and it prevents us as a society from ever closing that inequality gap. With this order that I will sign today, we are going to start on the road to finally closing that gap. Under this order, any effort by any state agency or office to ask a job applicant for their past wage history or to investigate the prior salaries of their applicants will be prohibited. In this, the state will lead by example. And that example is this: pay people based on what their job is, not on what their past pay was, period. Now, I am keenly aware, as are the leaders with me, that this order cannot work for everyone trapped in this cycle of inequality and inequity. And that's why we are together with so many legislative leaders, and I urge them, and they don't need urging on this one, trust me, they lead on this one, to send the bill to my desk to make this simple and common sense practice state law. And as I said earlier, I will sign it. Again, I want to thank the Senate President, the Speaker, the majority leaders, but also not to name each and every one of the legislators up here, because there are a bunch of them, and I'm honored by that. But I would also add Senator Cunningham, Senator Gill, Assemblywomen Lampert, Downey, and Muscara in particular. I want to thank them for their leadership on this issue, in addition to Senator Weinberg and her colleagues in leadership, and I know that we can get this done. We had a terrific meeting, the majority leaders, the Speaker, and the Senate President last week, and I hope that this is a tableau that you see a lot of going forward. I think there's a sense that there's a lot of common ground. We may not agree on everything, but we agree on a lot. And if we do, I welcome as big a group of leadership from the legislature to stand with me, and I'll be honored by that. So here and now, we begin the process of bulldozing the roadblocks that have kept women from being paid fairly, that have kept many women of color from fulfilling their dreams of entering the middle class, and that have allowed our wage gap to persist. I am honored beyond words to take this step today, and with that, it is time for us to do the right thing. It is my distinct honor to introduce the Senate Majority Leader,